ice cream, and layered desserts. And today, we are doing the same skills but producing different products. This is an example of a peach cheesecake. There are 3 different layers. I will show you how to make them later. This is an example of an Oreo cheesecake. There are also 3 different layers plus a topping. I will also show you how to make them later. I hope you are excited as I am. Thank you for joining me.
Let's get started. We're doing no bake cheesecake today. Any container, no oven, no machine. Simple, easy, and fearless. These are the ingredients of your cheesecake base. You need the crust, filling, and topping. For Oreo cheesecake, you have a different component for the crust, similar for the filling, and different toppings. Let's begin with the peaches cheesecake. These are the ingredients that you will need for our peaches cheesecake. First, for the butter, you must measure the butter first before you melt. The recipe says that you need 1/2 cup butter, melted. That means that you have to measure the butter first before you melt it. If you're planning to make a different fruit ingredient for your cheesecake, you may also do so. Add in your sugar, cinnamon pricks up the graham cracker flavor. Add your melted butter in and mix it until well incorporated. Make sure your container is clean and press it down. As best as you can, make sure they're even out and freeze it. Next, we're doing the cream. If you have a machine with you, a KitchenAid, a hand mixer, a blender, a food processor, you can use all of those to whip your cream cheese. But if you don't, stay tuned for the Oreo cheesecake. I will show you how to make this specific cream component even without a machine. Afterwards, we're adding our gelatin. Mix it in 1/4 cup water. Dissolve it well until it produces a mixture like so, and add it gradually. Sugar. And once your sugar is inside, you can now add your cream. Make sure your cream has been chilled. Since it's in a Tetra Pak container, you can remove the little ears at the bottom so that you can squeeze it out like toothpaste. Give it another whisk until it thickens up or doubles in volume if you're using heavy cream. Alright, so we have our cheesecake cream component. We can now pour it in our chilled crust. Level it as best as you can. Here I made 2 containers for my peach cheesecake because my round container is a little bit smaller than usual. For your canned peaches, just drain the juice. We will be using that later to gel or solidify our topping. If you just want to put the peaches on top, that's also fine if you don't want to add this gel component. If you're using Comstock, blueberries, cherries, you don't need to add any gel because it has a syrup that will keep it intact. I am arranging my peaches as evenly as possible. I'd like to do it in 1 layer, then go back so that it's more even that way. As you can see, I'm spacing it out first and then putting the peaches in between. little technique if you want things to be even and error-free without bringing out your measuring tools. Alright. And now we pour in our syrup with the gelatin and refrigerate. Now we go to the Oreo cheesecake. These are our ingredients that we will need for our Oreo cheesecake. The crushed Oreos, there's 2 cups. Add a half cup of butter, melted butter. It's measured and melted the same way. And here we will try a different container. Instead of using the big one, we'll use individual cups. So I'm using paper baking cups. I like the paper baking cups because it's really suited for something that's a little bit greasy, so it does not absorb the grease and shows outside the paper. And just press it in. Make sure that the crust is well at the bottom. You can also push it to the side if you want it to have that nice crust at the side. Your cream cheese, in order to whisk it by hand, you just microwave it for a few seconds so that it's soft and can be whisked by hand. Add in your sugar, dissolve your gelatin in water and add it in as well. There. We are whisking it by hand, and when it's well incorporated, you will see that it is soft. Gelatin comes in right now, and whisk it some more. Once you are done with the stage, you can now add your chilled cream. The same method, remove the ears at the bottom so that you can squeeze it out like toothpaste. To make it a cookies and cream filling, you can add more crushed Oreos and fold it in. In a piping bag. If you don't have a piping bag, any plastic bag or Ziploc would do. You just cut off the tip so that I can measure properly and evenly in the paper baking cups when I put it in. Using spoon to put it in sometimes can be quite messy. So this one makes it a little bit more even. Okay, fill all the cups in. It makes for 12 individual servings. Flatten it out so that we can whip something on top and design it according to our tastes. Okay, so I'm using instant whipping cream. You can use the one in the can or heavy cream that is whipped into whipping cream. The instant is in powder form. Just add cold water and whisk, and ta-da! You will have your whipping cream. Again, okay, I'm using an open star tip. Put the tip in first and then whisk. After whisking it to the correct consistency, pour it in your piping bag. Make sure not to overfill or else it will come out at the top opening. So around 3/4 full. Push it all down. Twist around your thumb so that you have full control. And just for an added design, I cut my cookies in half so that it can be seen peeking out of the paper baking cup. And it's time to pipe. Just put a little swirl on top. Here, practice makes perfect. Put our cookies on top. Don't worry if the cookies are a little bit broken, you can just stick it back together with the help of your whipping cream. And for the peach cheesecake, you can also add a little bit of the whipping cream in the middle. have a gelatin layer, you have to add more gelatin than what I have added. However, I want it to be like syrupy, okay, like a gel syrup. That's why I've added 1 packet only. And there we have the finished product. You can see the shape of the peaches. It's shaped well over your cheesecake. Slicing it, you will see the different layers as well. You have your personal peach cheesecake pie. And our Oreo cheesecake, let's have a look. Dip a spoon there and let's see if our layers have formed quite nicely. There we have our Oreo cheesecake with a generous Oreo crust. Thank you. If you have any questions, just put them down below. I hope you'll try it out for yourselves. Thanks for watching.